Welcome back, Wastelanders. Time for another video. So as you can see, we are at Bunker Hill. It's nighttime, and I have a very specific reason for that. I spent a lot of time messing around with lighting on this one to try and make something quite unique. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump right into this one. So as you can see here, we got some security walls and some turrets that once again do not light up. Thank you, Bethesda. And here we have Bunker Hill, the main monument. As you can see, I tore down all of the junk walls and replaced them with stone walls. Also added a couple of security towers right here at the main entrance, as well as a brand new flag and flagpole right there behind the statue. So right inside the outer perimeter wall, we have this perimeter wall that goes all the way around. Like I said, I got rid of all the junk walls and put up some security turrets here. And as you can see, all of the buildings are all nicely lit up. I spent a lot of time, quite a few crashes to make this happen, to get this kind of unique look, to once again kind of make it look like a lived-in city, like they're reclaiming the waste, basically. Because that's kind of what this whole game is all about, is reclaiming the waste. And so there you go. So now we have our city that's being all lit up, basically looking like it's nice and alive once again. So inside here, changed a few things. I left the main building pretty much all alone. I did kind of fix the roof on it, which I'll showcase. A few of the buildings I did tear down and rebuild. I tried to use their original foundations as much as possible. Right inside here we have this woman. I gave her a clinic because she was a doctor. Whenever I talked to her, she always wanted to try and patch me up. Either that or she was hitting on me, who knows. This shack here, I tore down all the walls and rebuilt it. I used the existing foundation. Like I said, I kept all of that pretty much original, so we have our two separate heights on our floors here. And no, I do not want to go on a tour. Leave me alone. And a couple of beds in here. I also put a little porch out here and extended the pen for this very annoying Brahmin. This thing just never shuts up, and somebody keeps opening the gate, so let's close and lock him in there. So let's see, out here, tore down this shack and built a nice little greenhouse, basically. Got some storage for some plant items and whatnot in there, fertilizer. Put a little bit of a garden here, extended what was already in this area, added some more food. This building I just pretty much left alone. I liked the look of it, so the only thing I really did to it was add a few doors up around the top there. Down over here for the outhouse, I made it a 2-story outhouse. Trust me, you do not want to be the one on the bottom. As the old saying, crap flows downwards. So yeah, keep that in mind
Raiders thought we were
if you get a chance to pick which one you're going to be going into. Anywho, added a bunch of trees to get some nice decorations in here. Those look kind of neat when they're a little bit lit up like that, but they really seem to shine when it's daytime. In here, this is one of the places where I just completely tore it down and rebuilt, and just basically built a nice little general house for living in. Got ourselves a little campfire and stove, or not stove, but pot to cook in, and there's a Place Anywhere tool that I forgot to clean up. You can see that quite a bit. Just about every single build, there's always at least one that I forget to get rid of. This one, again, I tore down the entire foundation on this one and rebuilt from the ground up. Used the fully stocked shelves mod to do that, as well as add some stuff for the tables. Again, this is stuff you cannot interact with. It's just purely for decoration. And so there's that one. Now let's go ahead and head on into the main building. I did not do anything with this other than put a bed at the very, very top for me to sleep in. Actually, here's one other building. Once again, tore down the foundation on this one. Basic living quarters, nothing too special on that one. But inside here, redid all of the stores. I tried to fix this entryway as best I could. I couldn't actually put a door section here because the AI is too stupid to get in and out and realize that there's a door right here in the center, so instead they keep trying to walk through the wall. And they would just sit there for minutes and minutes and minutes. Just, I finally gave up and tore it out and kind of left a big section here so that it's easier for them to get in and out.
10 caps.
If you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna shoot you. Anywho, got a nice little bar in here again with some fully stocked shelves, food, another secondary clinic. I kind of left that little separation there. Redid all of these to basically make some much nicer stores, and I accidentally scrapped the woman that runs one of these. I think she's over here. One of the mods I use, one of these scrapping ones, you have to be very careful because you can scrap pretty much anything, including NPCs. And I accidentally scrapped her, and it's quite funny to walk around this settlement. Some of the other characters still interact with her even though she's not there. It's really, really weird to watch. So in here, added some lighting, hung up some paintings just to kind of give it a little bit of pizzazz. Same thing up there, got ourselves a little railroad flag. So for the roof, this is what I put up here. This is the mod grounded. This is, I think, a sidewalk texture, but it actually, to me, looked kind of like a roof, like an old crackling roof texture. So that's kind of what I went for and stuck it up here. I initially did extend it all the way over this way, but just decided at the very last minute to kind of take it down and leave the tarps here basically exposed. And so that's that for the main building there. Now we can go ahead and take a look at the rest of the city because, as you saw from the title, this is extended. So outside here, like I said in the very beginning, we did some lighting on all of the buildings to make it all look lived in. I was in the process of actually hacking my way into this little section of building here to create another cafe, kind of like I did at Hangman's Alley. But the game didn't really like that. I got about halfway through it and it just started crashing like crazy, so I decided to give up and go back to a previous save and then just kind of put these tables and chairs here to make it look like they're closed, or maybe they're renovating, who knows. So out here on all the corners I got some more turrets for protection. Up here we've got ourselves a little security view post. Put up a guy here with some power armor, and he's just kind of keeping an eye out. He gets the power armor because he's high up and kind of an easy target there. And you can see we just keep going around and around. I kept a few entrances on this place. I did initially put some people to watch it, but you know, they kept glitching, so I just got rid of all of them, with the exception of a few. Down over here, I did not close off everything. I decided to leave the water fully exposed, but I did put up walls extending all the way out on each side to kind of close it off. Oh, he's down there. Once again, there was supposed to be a guy in here. Even with the nav mesh, they're still falling through. There's nothing I could do about it. But, you know, what can you do? Try to get some presentation for you all, and they just keep doing that. So anyway, as you can see, this strip is all lit up as well. I did all of the surrounding areas. In the back here, just kind of left this the way it was, added some flowers into the flower beds, replaced all of the lighting so that all of these lampposts are all nicely lit up. Once again, just making everything look like it's all lived in, and a couple of frame rate drop there. And if you've been watching all my videos, that little section over there might look a little familiar. You can't really see much of anything except for maybe one building, but that was my London Bridge build from a couple of videos ago. I had no idea I was that close to it when I started expanding outwards, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, this section looks familiar, and then I was like, oh, duh, there you go. So yeah, there's our main settlement, and as you can see, we continue on this way. Let me see, over here we have... getting there, there we go. This little underpass which leads to this section, which actually turned out to be my absolute favorite. I spent a lot of time cleaning this up and dressing it up to make it look as nice as I possibly could. Once again, I did light up all the buildings, but the game's kind of glitching a little on me, and my lighting effects aren't fully working, but it is what it is, you know, you try. There's actually little invisible lights that are here on the ground that help extend the light of these lampposts. And I did put lighting all along the sides of the buildings like I did elsewhere, but it looks pretty dark here. So unfortunately you don't get to see that part. I rebuilt this little section here and closed this off so that the community's a little more closed and protected. Like I said, I redid all the lighting, put some trees in here. It's kind of, you know, prettied up a little bit. And closed off in here, and a nice little ugly section of wall right there. And yeah, this is one of my favorite parts. My wife was looking at this and she said it reminded her of, you know, like London or Europe or something along those lines. And I was like, well, if you think about the history of Boston, it's one of the first cities, and the settlers came over and so on, and this definitely would have had a lot of British influence. And as you can see, I got all these light bulbs, but none of them are really doing their job. And that door should be closed, but yeah, that's what you get trying to showcase something and half the stuff doesn't want to seem to work. So this section here, I closed it off and added a garage door. This way the people on boats can get in and out so that they can do some fishing and whatnot. And let's see if I can get into my workshop menu. This is probably going to take a few seconds because I have a million mods in here that all have to load simultaneously. But I want to see if I can fix some of these lights just so you guys can see what it's supposed to look like here. Put a lot of time and effort into it, and then you go to make a video and suddenly it doesn't want to work. So let's see. There you go. See that little bit right there just suddenly made them all activate. So, and there you go, there goes the rest of the city. Suddenly everything's like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be lit up. But, yeah, so there you go. This is the extended part. This one was kind of a happy accident. I just kind of discovered this when I started walking out and about and saw this little section and thought it was really, really neat looking and decided I had to add it and had to have it in here. Rebuilt one of these other houses over here as well. It was all blown in and just basically falling apart. This one here, you can see the sections where they don't quite meet. That's all rebuilt, and that's where that door led to. I think I was initially trying to get my way in there to do something, but that didn't work out. And actually, you can see through the texture there that you're not supposed to technically see through. Then yeah, and then right over here is London Bridge. It still exists, and now it's got a neighbor over here in Bunker Hill. Decided to use the bridge here as a natural wall area and close that off. And this extends over here. There actually is supposed to be a building right here, but I ended up scrapping it so that I could get this wall all the way to the end. And so there you go. This is Bunker Hill Extended. This was kind of a mixture of fun and frustration. Once you start getting outside the borders, it does kind of create some issues here and there. Not a whole heck of a lot you can do about that kind of stuff. But other than just keep at it, just keep going. So you've got some frame rate drop. And here's one other section too where I did have a couple of guards, but they just were not working properly. But this is a little tunnel here that I can close off, and as you open the door, surprise, surprise, there's a guard on each side waiting to blow your face off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this announcement. I do have another Place Anywhere tool. I do have the equipment needed, and I will soon be starting some playthroughs. I'm going to start with Fallout 4 because that was what was requested. Once that playthrough is finished, I'm going to move on probably to Fallout 3, which is my favorite of the entire franchise. That was my first ever experience with the whole Fallout franchise, basically. And following that, we're going into New Vegas. And once I complete the rounds of that, we might tackle Skyrim. I haven't played that in a long time, and that was one of my all-time favorite games. I played countless hours in that one, and if you guys want to see that one, hopefully you'll enjoy it. Until next time, don't get irradiated.